say this every single time. The mic's there for you. Let's walk to the middle there, but I don't have to say this again and again. I know he doesn't like it, but I think Shahid is getting better with age, like a fine wine. Brother, you're looking in such brilliant shape. You must be happy with looking at that. ना थोड़ा सा वो होता है कि मैंने अपने आप को देख के थोड़ी सी खुशी महसूस हुई.
First of all, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming here. I know a lot of you are going to be traveling later today. So thank you for making the time and coming here and sharing this very, very important experience with us. It's great to have you guys. कर ले बेटा, कर ले. तोड़ दे सब कुछ. ऐसी picture बनाई हमने. And obviously great to see you again, brother. We go back a long way. We've known each other from college. So before we start doing anything together, we always first reminisce for 10 minutes about the past. He's usually bitching about me, and I'm defending myself. But it's great to be here. Bloody Daddy is, I mean, it's something that we planned almost 3 years back. This was pre-COVID. Actually, just when COVID had started, and it was very difficult to make films of a certain size and scale. So me and Ali kind of wanted to make this film, but we were wondering how to make it. But somehow he has a great production team, and we were able to make this film in one go at a time when shooting was very, very difficult. So it's a very cherished film of ours. We worked very hard to make it. We had many challenges that we faced. But the best part is when you see the product and you feel like none of that shows. Ali is a fantastic filmmaker. He understands this genre better than I do. So it's a privilege for me to have him help me in this film. It's my first actioner, and it is designed for OTT. I saw a lot of comments when the teaser came out that, why aren't you putting this out in the theaters? And trust me, we were all tempted. But this is designed for OTT, and it was meant to be for that kind of a platform. And of course, no better platform than Jio. So we're very, very fortunate that this film will be coming out right after IPL, when all the eyeballs are on, Jio Cinema. And can't wait to share the film with you guys. This is the first time we've shown the trailer. I'm so glad it wasn't on a phone and it was on a nice big screen, because that's where, it's fun to see an action film. And I hope people will watch it on the biggest possible TV back home. But yeah, that's it. I mean, I'm going
to... Big thing. And thank you everyone at Jio Cinemas, Jyoti Deshpande, who is also the producer. And there are 2 more other producers, Sunil and Gaurav, who are not here. जिन लोगों के पास काम नहीं है वो आज स्टेज पे हैं, जो सब काम कर रहे हैं वो आए नहीं हैं. So this is the reality of the situation. And yes,
please have a seat, sir. We'll chat a little bit. And like we said, there'll be an extended session with the media for Q&A. Extended rakhenge, But congratulations, sir. It's looking fantastic. Everyone used to have this entire thought process. Can it work on OTT? And like Shahid said, कि बनाए इसके लिए गया था. So cricket has actually paved the way for us. You see a Dhoni come out to bat and you see 2.5 crore people watching. It must really excite you. I was talking behind the scenes with Ali, and I was asking him, sir, ये 2.5 crore लोग अगर मैच देखें, अगर पहले दिन पर आ गए फिल्म को देखने के लिए ऑनलाइन, what does that mean?
So I have to correct you first.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was also thinking when it says 2.5 crore, that means that's how many TVs are watching it.
So maybe more.
And on an average, there's like 2 to 6 people watching television.
Wow.
So that's actually 8 to 10 crore people watching it.
You're going to break the internet, Shahid, if that happens. But footfalls, we've always talked about कि कितने लोग आके देखते हैं. So it must really excite you as a filmmaker to come directly there on a platform that is giving these kind of numbers.
Yeah, 100%. See, as a filmmaker, as a storyteller, what you want the most is that your content should get watched. And one thing we are very clear that now OTT is a platform where a lot of people come in and watch, and the content that you watch here is a very personal viewing. What we understand from numbers is if as Shahid said, this 2.5 crore people, and if per television set even 4 people are watching it, the visibility and the penetration for you as a storyteller, Shahid as a star, becomes huge. And that is where the word is going to eventually go. And this is just the beginning of it. And with Jio Cinemas doing this with IPL, bringing cricket and cinema both free to you, I think they've hit it in the middle of the bat.
And he's going through a brilliant purple patch. Brother, it's like a dream the last 3-4 years, I know that you chose so many things earlier, you know, as far as your film scripts and all that is concerned. I remember we used to have this chat with Shahid saying that Shahid ke fans are fanatics for millions online and they still are, they continue to grow. Now those millions can come, yes, it's from the theaters also, sometimes they couldn't afford it. Now they can watch this for free. You are going to break records of your own as well. It must really excite you to know that anyone that has a phone that can watch it, because it's free, can watch it, and also all your online following can watch it. So this is really hitting it out of the park.
I think that you know, a few years back, the people who were open to change kind of recognized that OTT as a digital platform is going to explode, and the accessibility and comfort of that platform cannot be ignored. It was creating a film which is a big screen experience for the OTT platform, because I think that is what is happening internationally. Like if you see a film like Irishman, for example, when Martin Scorsese and Robert De Niro and you know, that stellar cast, who are actually people who are now in their 60s, 70s and 80s, can recognize that it's time to make that shift as an added option to the fact that you can make movies as well.
To set a context, you know, quantifiably, if I were to put a number, that actually number of people who saw Hum Aapke Kaun in 1994 was around 70 million. And then
70 million?
Let's say 7 crore.
7 crore log.
और 2017 में बाहुबली को मेरे ख्याल से 5-5.5 करोड़ लोग ने देखा है. Now, as content creators and makers, if you are, you know, if you're talking about a platform जहाँ पे reach आप कह रहे हैं कि 5-6 करोड़ साथ में लोग देख रहे हैं, तो you know, इससे बड़ी चीज़ for any filmmaker or any storyteller is the biggest high. And when this film started, especially when we were in the offing of the second wave, you know, and all thanks to our tallest partner Gio and Jyoti, who backed this, that they want to make an immersive, atmospheric action film for a good-looking star, you know, who needs to be seen in a different avatar, and a guy who's known as a director to do such things. It's the biggest high for them to be able to, you know, sort of communicate this language the way they want to do it, for the scale that has been put in, and for the wider reach that we are targeting. So I think that sort of satiates everybody's.
It's a win-win for everyone.
It's a
App of 1 minute call me good looking like that. It's very.
Anna,
I'm loving it. Thank you.
keep that jawline up, brother. We'll have to do this for many years. But you know, he's a good-looking boy. You've got the star is there. There's a responsibility. You're used to it. But is there extra pressure to make it even more slick and that H word, Hollywood-ish, hona chahiye because it's online?
See, you know, one thing that I have realized over a period of time is that, you know, with time, content is evolving. Okay, so you have to have the pulse of the time, which is very, very important. The production value, the slickness, everything originates from the story that you want to say. This is very, very simple. There is a certain language that the film has, and I'm not only talking about the language जो हम बोलते हैं. It is a cinematic language. Now to create that language for a platform is different, and to create it for a theater where people will buy tickets and come is very different. In this film, it's primarily dealing with drugs. There is gore, there is blood, there is certain language that people is speaking in, and that was very important because that is what that thing grounds those characters in that world. You know, अगर मैं उसके साथ tamper करता, फिर I would not be honest with the content, with the script, and I would have sold myself कि चलो theater में आते हैं. तो शाहिद and I were very, very clear कि इस picture को हम clearly एक OTT platform के लिए बनाते हैं, and let's go 100% realistic on it.
You know, शायद action अगर बात की, action word बड़ा abused word मुझे लगता है, क्योंकि realistic action होता है. यहाँ देखकर अगर कोई हॉलीवुड की एक झलक आ रही है मुझे, hand to hand combat बड़ा हो रहा है, ये सब हो रहा है. तो इसमें क्या was there a large thought process that is gone in, because आप बड़ा carefully map करते हो. I know as an actor also आप picky भी हो, क्या करना है, कैसे करना है, mapping चलती है. यहाँ पे action guns के साथ सिर्फ नहीं है, बहुत सारी और चीजें हैं. So was there a massive shift अपने दिमाग में also saying that यार मुझे ना अगर करना है तो एक दिमाग में टर्मिनेटर होता है, आर्नल्ड शॉर्टनेगर, सिल्वेस्टर स्टैलोन है, बहुत सारे लोग हैं. So did you have something in your head when you say that I need this kind of vision?
So मैंने अपने आप को अली की गोदी में डाल दिया था. I said यार तू ये एक्शन बड़े सालों से कर रहा है and all your actors look damn hot doing action, मेरे को अच्छा दिखा देना. So you know that whole credit goes to Ali. I think he understands how to bring action that is, like he said, cinematic. It's gritty. It's not it's not like a amusement park कि उसके अंदर एक कोई उड़ रहा है कुछ हो रहा है. Of course that also works and there is place for that. But what really excites me is when the action feels very raw and when it feels like it's happening and the way that it's being shot, it feels like you're in the middle of it and you're kind of, it becomes really nice and edgy and sexy. So I think that's what he also wanted to do. And it's also a very interesting combination as a subject of a very character's emotion driven. That's why it's a titular part, because the character is central in the way the story is told. But the ambience and the world that he's a part of, and the stylization of the action and the treatment, so those two things need to go hand in hand in a subject like this. And I really must say that Ali really brought his A game onto this film. We were shooting in very challenging circumstances, and Himanshu right here had to do all the spade work, all the back end work. So really a big round of applause for you, Himanshu. You really made this happen. And I think Ali has a great partner in Himanshu, and they work beautifully together. But just the way he put the whole thing together, it made it very comfortable for me. I think Ali and me have known each other for many, many years. A beautiful, home, and he has a little baby now, and all that has happened in the last year and a half. So I feel like we are kind of in and around from the same time. I think I'm just a couple of years kind of senior to him, if I can say so. But so I just feel like we were both in a space where we could collaborate. Our energies matched really well. I think he's also thinking long term. He's become a man, he's settled, he wants to work a certain way. He doesn't want to compromise on the kind of work that he does. He says, मैं नहीं करूँगा picture. नहीं मैं करूँगा ही नहीं ऐसे सब. So I love that about him, that he doesn't want to compromise. It doesn't matter what kind of film we're making, he wants to give it his best. And he's very alive on the film set, I'm used to doing these films which are very performance oriented. Of course, this is also, but then this has a lot of other things happening as well, right? You can't just put the camera and then expect the actor to act. So, on the first couple of days, I realized I'm not top priority on the set, So he has this guy called Bablu, okay, who is his twin, okay? He is on Steadicam. Oh. And we looked this good or been able to do it this well without the kind of experience and understanding that Ali has. And so I'm very fortunate that I got to debut in action, which is a very different genre, very, very different genre. It needs to be, especially when you're on set, the way things happen is very different from most other genres. There's too much happening on an action set, and he made me feel very relaxed and comfortable.
Actually, with Shahid, one thing which was never a problem to me was the action, because it is also a rhythm, act because you're not really fighting, So because he has a great understanding of movement, dance, for him everything was very, very easy to adapt into. And my action directors and most of the team which has shot action is all international, and when they looked at him and when he used to come for the rehearsal, they used to be like, wow,
He fall down. Only this guy, I don't know how he did it. We have shot this film in 36 days.
What?
36 days we have shot this film.
because this is the only way we could make the film.
Because he didn't want to compromise on the scale of the film, so he just cut down the number of days. And that's why he's saying that it was intense.
Brilliant. I think मैंने बहुत सारे